Welcome to the Bel-Air Mansion, where we first met the cast of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. 36 years have passed, so let's see how they've changed since then. Leading the way is Will Smith, portraying Will Smith himself, the street-smart 17-year-old from West Philadelphia who walked into the Bel-Air Mansion with attitude, quick jokes, and zero interest in fitting into anyone else's rules. Will Smith challenged authority, pushed back against expectations, and questioned everything around him. In a mansion built on tradition, he stayed loud, confident, and unapologetically himself, turning every expectation into a game he refused to lose.
Switching up to Tatyana Ali as Ashley Banks, the 11-year-old who never let being the youngest hold her back. She questioned rules, argued when she needed to, and stood her ground with family and friends.
Ashley Banks loved her life in Bel-Air, but wasn't afraid to speak up, make mistakes, or push boundaries, growing into a girl who knew her own mind. Moving forward is Alfonso Ribeiro as Carlton Banks, the 19-year-old who had money, status, and expectations stacked on his shoulders. Carlton Banks followed rules, worked hard, and tried to fit in, but people only saw a rich kid in a sweater. No matter how much effort he put in, admiration and acceptance didn't come easy, and he had to figure out his own way. Rest in peace to the late James Avery as Philip Banks, the 45-year-old father whose presence demanded attention and respect. Philip Banks ruled with structure, pushed for excellence, and held his family to high standards. Fierce and sometimes intimidating, he also showed up with heart when it mattered most, making sure his children had guidance, protection, and a foundation to thrive. Coming in hot is Karyn Parsons as Hilary Banks, the 24-year-old oldest daughter who lived in luxury but had no idea what real responsibility felt like. Hilary Banks focused on herself, avoided challenges, and rarely thought past her own wants. When life forced her to face decisions beyond shopping and appearances, she had to figure out who she really was. We can't forget DJ Jazzy Jeff is Jazz, the 25-year-old who was Will's closest friend and constant troublemaker. He barged into the Banks mansion uninvited, tested Uncle Phil's patience, and pushed Will into wild situations. Fast-thinking, bold, and fearless, Jazz always had Will's back, often at his own expense, showing loyalty in ways that were loud, messy, and impossible to ignore. Then there's Marcell as Geoffrey Butler, the 42-year-old house manager who quietly ran the Banks household. He kept everything in order, tolerated Will's antics, Carlton's dramatics, and the family's high demands, with a good sense of humor and exact timing. Beneath the sarcasm and eye rolls, Geoffrey Butler cared deeply, always staying 2 steps ahead to make sure the mansion and the family kept functioning. Moving with authority is Daphne Maxwell Reid as Vivian Banks, the 45-year-old boss lady whose presence kept the family grounded. She ran the household with rules, checked her loved ones with a single look, and balanced affection with discipline.
Vivian Banks held everyone together, wife, mother, and aunt, showing that family isn't just blood, but who shows up when it truly counts.
Last but not least, we have Hubert as the original Vivian Banks, the 34-year-old mother, wife, and auntie who ran the Banks household with firm authority. She guided her children with discipline, stood as an equal partner to her husband Philip Banks, and gave Will structure and support like a second family. Sharp, decisive, and firm, Vivian Banks kept every corner of the Banks household in order. And that's our way in through the Bel-Air Mansion, revisiting Will, Carlton, Hilary, Ashley, Uncle Phil, Aunt Vivian, Geoffrey, and Jazz as they brought the show to life. This was The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, then and now, 2026. Until next time around, treasure the moments, remember the laughs, and honor the stories that shaped a generation.